Hello! Welcome to Leo for Leos, the only channel featuring tarot and intuitive readings on YouTube dedicated only to the astrological sign of Leo. I'm a Leo as well, so this will be a reading for all of us. Now let's start out the reading. I'm going to start out with an overview of the month of December in the year 2018. What can Leo's Sun, Moon, Rising expect in the month of December? Please give us an overview. Get these cards nice and shuffled up. So I want a good one for us. All right, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this is great. Ace of Pentacles, this is going to basically be about the month. And this is a really amazing card. I'm actually very happy to see it. It is a hand coming out of the clouds with a pentacle, and pentacles usually talks about money and success and financial success, opportunities and things like that. So it looks like we're going to have a month of opportunities concerning financial success. So it looks like opportunities are abundant and within your grasp. This also talks about luck as well. And it could be also the beginning or the foundation of a business that is going to bring a great reward. Now, when I say the foundation, it's not exactly talking about the idea phase, right? It means that you've already done some work, but the foundation in the building structure has been set. So you've done an excellent job. You've done the research to know how the foundation is going to hold up the rest of the building. So there's a lot of work left to be done, but this is definitely your ability to actually see how the structure of your business or your job or your career or your financial situation is going to look like in the next couple of years. And can you build on that is going to be sort of something that we'll be able to take a look at and see and visualize. So that's good. I mean, this is good. It's when you're looking at the foundation of something that has there's already been a lot of research and a lot of time put in. You're looking at the promise of something great. So this has been the year of growth and psychological blossoming. We're just stronger than we've ever been psychologically. We are ready to stand for ourselves a lot more after all the crap that we've been through. And we're firmer in our stance as well. Okay, so this card is definitely sort of like it's like seeing the first sprout of the flower. This also talks about great health, great energy levels, and we could do really well to conserve our energy when we can. Another thing too, will also be very attractive and very virile in the eyes of other people. So we'll look like that growing flower that people want to see, finally blossom. We'll look like somebody who, hey, we need to hang out with this person because they're going places. And, the opposite sex will be more attracted to you. And so expect a lot of people looking at you in a new light, taking that second look, whether it's in business or in your personal life. You're going to have a special energy around you this month that is going to be very attractive to a lot of people. And that's pretty cool because there's nothing more that we like than just the right amount of attention. So, and you know what? Attention is kind of nice because it kind of makes you feel like you're wanted, and then you want to actually give more of yourself. So let's keep going. Let's find out the details of the month because, it takes a lot to get to the finished product. So let's look into the details. What's next in the story for Leos in December 2018? Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's get some details. What can we expect for Leos at the beginning of the month of December? That would be more specific, right? In the year 2018. Sun, Moon, Rising. I want to get this nice and shuffled good for us. All right. Okay, we've got the Knight of Swords. And this is the knight that charges ahead through something that seems almost impossible, like gusting winds or something. You can see that, even his horse is kind of pushing against the wind there. And he's just going for it with all of his might. It's conquering. You are conquering. And it's ever most on your mind. Maybe it might be a little bit too much because the face of the knight is pretty intense here, and the horse almost has a scared look in his eyes, doesn't know what's going to happen. But this is where you as after all the things that you've been through, your life experiences, everything has been leading up to sort of your reactions here, where you're going to be kind of like a genius coming up with ideas and going after things like, hey, let's go do this, we can do this. The other thing here is also you're sticking up for yourself. You're standing up for an ideal almost relentlessly, and that's good. As long as you remember that sometimes the negative side of being kind of like this way is just hurting other people unintentionally. So always be mindful of what you are saying and doing, and that your actions aren't too brutal, right? They're not too savage to other people, that there's still grace and kindness behind what you're doing, but you're doing things effectually and like you're getting to the heart of the problem, solving those problems and moving on to the next issue. I think also, if there is a situation of problems or troubles, we're talking about things that you can handle. Attack it with logic, and all of this is happening really fast. So you may not even notice that this is happening until it's done. You're going to just go in there, take care of the problem, and then off to the next thing. That might happen several times during the month. It's just something that I'm seeing here. This is also why you're probably going to get so much attention. People are going to be noticing this stuff. They're going to be noticing how much of a leader you are. So do act on those instincts to be the Knight of Swords. Okay. Now let's see what's next for Leos in December 2018. This is Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's get some really good details about this. It's all about the details. All right, so we have the Three of Swords. Very interesting here. Okay, so this is where I love it. It gets really juicy for me. I love seeing these cards, because a lot of times people will put gloom and doom over a card like this, and for me, I feel like the cards are really telling us solutions that we should be applying in our lives on a daily basis. So when I see this, I'm like, ooh, this is good. So we will know what to do when things pop up. Okay, so this really represents a psychological, deep emotional pain in which you have to go through in order to experience a change of it. It's not a heavy disappointment, but it has to do with a deep emotional feeling that you have, and having the disappointment is triggering that emotional place. We have in the picture, you see that there's rain, and that's where I get the emotional part. I know that the heart is also emotional, which is very smack dab in your face, but the rain really is where the emotional piece comes from, and those are tears. These are tears that you may or may not show in real life, but they're emotional tears that happen maybe inside. And the thing is that it has to rain in order for us to experience things like rainbows and flowers, produce and food, and everything in the world that we treasure so very much. The rain provides that fresh water. That's why we have to experience tears. It cleanses us in a very profound way. So it's actually a short-lived experience, because the rain has to stop eventually, right? It doesn't last forever. I mean, for Leos, we do have unhappiness, but we figure out how to have happy times too. I don't know how it's possible, but we do that. But, we can take our the unhappiness in our lives and kind of compartmentalize it a little bit. And that compartment of unhappiness is going to come to an end. Now, if you can see the clouds in the picture, I feel like they're parting, and the rain is actually cleaning the situation. The swords themselves can be representing people, or the representation of the past, present, and future. And they penetrate the heart and the mind concerning passionate matters. So this is, to me, a very positive card, because you've got to go through this in order to better your situation and better your strength as a human being. You just got to be honest with yourself and how you feel about what you want and why you want it. Is going to be a powerful, enlightening moment for you, like that aha moment for you, epiphany, on tap, basically. So, okay, let's see. What else can we expect in December 2018 for the sign of Leo? We really need to know. And this is for the sun, moon, rising. What else is in store? What can we... what other bits and pieces can you reveal to us? Strength card. Okay. All right. Okay. So strength card. This, again, it's taking charge of a situation and using powerful skills to get what you want. It's telling the same story. I love this. Now it's a fabulously great energy, ready to deal with any challenges that you may have. This is definitely about taming those wild emotions like intense anger and using it with grace. Control your anger, control your rage, control your panic, and just use all of your skills that you know that you have, throw in a bit of confidence in there, and just be honest, eloquently, with incredible, likable charm. You are the master of this ship. And you're not backing down at all. You shouldn't ever back down. It's about gracefully doing these powerful moves. And you can back it up. You can back up what you say you can do, but you're doing it with this admirable strength. Remember, I told you people are going to be looking at you. So this is why. Now, this is also the card of our sign, right? The Leo, the lion. We have the raw animal power to do some serious damage in the world. But instead, we're very graceful and very regal with it. And snarl just a little bit to show the enemy that we do have sharp teeth. And the strength card is really about getting things done with incredible vitality in mind and spirit and body. So there you have it. Well, what else can we expect in December 2018 for the sign of Leo? Sun, moon, rising. So far, so good. Let's see what else is in store for us Leos this month. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles. Again, another very practical and logical representation here. The king is practical, methodical, self-made, and very patient. He's a natural born leader. I believe this is the Leos seeking out areas where we can maximize our financial standing. And it's also about feeling rich inside and out, right? Because this guy has all of these incredible things around him in the picture. And so he does reveal himself to have a lot of wealth. And this is wonderful. After all that Leos have been through, yes, this is good. Now, this could also be a male or masculine energy that is in your life. Perhaps you may even meet a person that meets these personality traits. If so, then you want to listen to any kind of financial and career advice that they may have for you. It's really a time to take note of the practices of successful people, and they can come in many different forms, and it's up to you to observe this. And, Leos, this could also mean something like taking a class where you learn some financial saving tips or management tips for your business, or career tips or skills. This is really about learning that kind of stuff so we can live bigger and bolder within our budget the following year in 2019. This is all the prep work for 2019 because it's going to be weighing heavily on your mind. This could also be someone you wish you could be. You wish you could be like the King of Pentacles, right? That with all that wealth from within and outward. And it's time to really learn what's stopping you from being the King of Pentacles yourself. This should be you. You've worked so hard, and this is the time to celebrate just a little, just a little. You can enjoy yourself as well. This is an equilibrium of all the things that you want in your life. A little bit of celebration, a little bit of leadership, a little bit of practical endeavors. Now let's learn more. Tell us a little bit more about this. Why are we getting the King of Pentacles here? We know that we're going to be leading this month. Why are we getting the King of Pentacles here? Give us more details about this. Okay, we have the Hanged Man. Okay, the Hanged Man. This is about a specific time of thinking about a complicated problem. It's a little hiccup that you see that you're like, I wish I could fix that. The situation being delivered is not actually a comfortable one, but it may even involve a little suffering, just a little. It's something that you do that you want to fix. It's something you've been doing for a long time and you want to fix. It's like a process of something is what I'm seeing, like your workflow of something that you're doing, but you're doing it the hard way. There's a realization over some time, meditating about the project or pondering all your scenarios, seeing something brand new in some brand new way. Now, this is a choice because the Hanged Man can escape at any time. He needs to get his bright ideas hanging upside down. And that is why his head is lit up like a light bulb full of ideas. And if you could just remember to steer the thoughts to a productive direction and use that concentration to creative endeavors. And there's where you're going to see the most benefit from it. And, with all of these really good feelings from the Strength card and the King of Pentacles, you've got the mental tools. And now you're just going to be at that breakthrough area, that eureka moment, the aha moment that is going to change your whole process in a great way. Only if you can surrender the old ways of doing things and even old thoughts. All right, so this is good for us. This is something that we've been looking for, been needing, but it hasn't been on our, the top of the priority list. It's like cleaning house. Now let's see more. What else is in store for us Leos in the month of December 2018? Sun, Moon, Rising. What else can we expect? Give these cards a really good shuffle. I want to know some really good information about what is happening next. What can we expect? December 2018 for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Seven of Pentacles, yet another Pentacles card. Leos, we've been thinking about money so much this year. There's a lot of money in your vortex. You're evaluating your production after working so hard. You want to know, I've done all this work. What are the results? And do I want to keep doing this? Is the fruit of your labor actually fruitful? And, along with the surrounding cards, this is actually something you need to do as well. You need to look at the situation, evaluate what is going on. And you are posed with so many questions like, do I like doing this? Do I want to do it more? Do I want to stop? Can I see myself doing this for another 10, 20 years? You may experience a feeling of a lack of satisfaction, but you really have to understand that you must rest now so you can work on other aspects of what it is that you're reaping. There's a lot of patience that is needed as well. So you have to wait until the fruits can mature. It warns of being diluted by a lack of what you want. And And so there's much, much more work that's needed to be done before even seeing the results. So you can assess this and that'll be great. And just to figure out if you definitely want to keep going at this, or you could care less, right? But from what I'm seeing, this is whatever it is you're deciding on, the way that I'm seeing this is that you should continue to do it. You're going to take that moment to look at it, but it's going to give you great results in the ends. And the thing is that right now you're looking at numbers and counts of things, and that's important to you right now. However, it's an illusion, because the great value of numbers are really going to be slow to reveal themselves right now. Because this is growing. This is something that will eventually become bigger. And so right now it's teeny tiny. So the true value hasn't been revealed. Ignore the numbers. Ignore the success of other people who are doing well, who started at the same time that you did. Keep your head to the grindstone. And again, just when you're evaluating what you're doing, I'm feeling like this is stickable for you. You can do this, but it's about trying to figure out if maybe it could be more efficient. And the quality of love behind your numbers is going to be what really matters in the long run. So the key here is patience. You must have patience. And it's a hard thing for Leos to do. It's hard for us to be patient. But we can, especially older Leos can be patient, because we know that we have that confidence as we get older to understand that, oh yeah, that's going to be mine. There's a lot of things that happen to Leos as we get older, and that intense confidence in knowing that patience is a good thing is something that will come in handy right now. However, for a younger Leo, really dig deep into patience and just have the confidence to know that everything is going to work out much more than okay. Now, what else can we expect in December 2018 for the sign of Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising. What else can we expect? Okay, so now we have the Nine of Swords. This is the third sword card, okay? We're talking about a very short period of mental despair dealing with fear. This is not a real thing. This is just like a sleepless night or two where there is an imminent fear of doom for, like, we're not even certain if it's real or not, but it's all in your head, because as you can see in the picture, the swords are just dormant against the wall. They're just hanging on the wall. So it's a perceived danger. It's not real. And you can use this energy to do something mundane, like diffuse that mental activity. Dust your home, organize your socks in color order, literally count sheep, check to see if all the pens in your home can truly write, sort the garbage, change the bed sheets, rewash all of the dishes in your kitchen. Just whatever you do, just get out of your own head when it comes to those dark, fearful moments. Fear is not pain, okay? But it can simulate pain. So get out of your own head. Watch a comedy show. Do anything you can to lighten the mood this month. And what else can we expect in December 2018 for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising? What else can we expect December 2018 for Leos. All right, we've got Seven of Cups. This is the second seven that we've gotten, and this is the first cup card. Okay, so this is really speaking about daydreamings and fantasizing. Daydreaming and fantasizing about your future. And this is a common thing for December, as many people are putting together their resolutions and different vision boards and things like that. They're trying to manifest their futures, and this is good. It's a common thing. And there's nothing wrong with this, but as an actual plan, you may need to consider the fact that having multiple fantasies come true is something left to the far future and not something you can have right away. You can probably have one or two of those things, or even focus on one or two of those things, but not everything at once. You will have to work on one desire at a time, and when it's time to deal with them or to work on them, it's not going to be something that you can instantly have. So again, there's patience needed. There may even be some assessment needed, evaluations needed. We've talked about that before. This is a process of clarifying your own desires. We talked about that with the first card that we pulled up for your reading. And you must choose. You must take the time to do so. This is the time that you need to take, reflected from the prior cards, from stopping for so you can stop for a minute and assess what's happening, evaluate your next plan of action, and maybe even inaction, meaning that there may be some things that you may need to totally stop doing in order to simplify and amplify your ability to get your desires. Okay, these are deep desires. These are life desires, things that you have always wanted. And maybe you never had them, or maybe you had them at one point of your life and they left, or this is your image of everything you've always wanted. One of the choices may be even hinting at an illusion, something that is unattainable, something that may be false, okay? Because one of the cups actually contains a serpent. Simplify what you want and focus in on it. Now, the hangman can really help with the solution for this one as well. Just taking that time out to have that eureka moment happen. Now, what else is on the plate for Leos? Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of December. The very last month of the year. We've got the Moon. Now, this is excellent, okay? This is totally backing up that last card. Remember I said there was something, I've been talking about illusions. I've been talking about deceit, possible deceit, the serpent in the cup. This is really, again, about those dreams and fantasies and even fears on a very deep psychological level. These are your deep feelings that you don't share with anybody, okay? You can see that there are two towers. There are two opposite sides that you may have to choose, okay? You may have to choose. And what you have to choose is the path that leads between the two. Okay, so the moonlight itself shines a light in the night, but there's still much that is still in the darkness. You may not even know the truth of the situation, not the full story, not everything. And this is something that you're instinctively aware of. Like you knew something was off, or you knew something was a certain way, but you kind of denied it because it also has the look of something else. It's I'm sorry if I'm sounding very cryptic, but that is the very nature of this particular thing. It is cryptic. You're not certain what the truth is, but you discover that the facade of what it was is actually something completely different. And you knew it all along, and you didn't want to really face the truth. You can't fully see the light of the sun because the moon is creating an eclipse. And sometimes there's no answers. There's just no answers that you can actually hold on to. And you want to make decisions, but you know what? You don't have to make a decision. You can give yourself time to slow down and be private with it. Listen to your heart. Listen to your intuition, but don't rush into any action, because at this point it's not going to hurt. It could cause more damage than help. Now, if you notice, in this picture there are the two animals, and animals are very instinctive. You can see them in the picture just observing the moon. Maybe they're even mesmerized by it. And you notice that there's water in the card symbolizing emotions. This is highly emotionally charged by deep emotions that you have towards certain things. It's just, it's the reason and the thing that is guiding all of this. And it has a very powerful pull on you. You have to dive into this feeling and allow it to happen, because the outcome, what you're going to discover about yourself and about the things that you want, your future, man, it's just giving me chills right now. There's lots of things that are just hidden from your view, and you cannot see them right now. You are not going to be able to see them. Even the most obvious thing that you can see is not the truth exactly. It's really going to be up to your instincts to protect you and lead you forward. So that's why I'm saying, like, it's not important that you act right now, but it's important that you take the time to observe and watch and listen and use instincts. And even though it doesn't feel productive, it is productive, because as you could see in this card, there is a path coming out of the emotional waters to a higher plane in the mountains. So you're coming out of the emotion to a more logical, kind of headstrong position. And the moon is illuminating that path. This is showering its light and its awareness, its enlightenment onto you. And here's the thing, with this eclipse, we know that eclipses do not last for very long until you actually can see the sun again. So the sun is going to shine brightly again. It's just partially covered right now. So I'm not going to leave you like this. It's kind of an odd place to end. It's not exactly like, since, I'm not going to leave you like this, I'm going to pull from my personal created deck of cards that I've made to see what those cards advise for the month of December, the last month of 2018, for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. What are some closing thoughts for Leo's Sun, Moon, Rising? All right, first we have create time. No matter what's going on in your schedule, just make sure that you have time for yourself. So saying no is not a bad thing. Just, judge like where it is in your schedule that you can create time. This way you can have a clear bearing on 2019. This is so important. If you can, begin doing this as soon as possible. It's better for you to instigate this than for circumstances to force you to do so. All right, let's see what the next card is going to be. What other advice do you have for Leos? All right, surrender. I mean, this is pretty simple, and we've talked about surrender so many times before. Surrender to the flow of what's happening. Allow yourself time to assess what's going on, a little bit of the past, a little bit of the present, and things you want in the future. Three of swords there, right? So if things aren't happening, it's okay. Surrender to the process, if you will. With that, whatever is happening. So if it's like a week where it's like, let's hustle and go, if something happens and you need to fix it really quick, or if it's time for you to settle, in and take in all of the things that you need to take in, or if it's time for you to assess something, do so. You'll know, go with your instincts, surrender to the process, surrender to the flow. Now the last card of advice from my personal deck. All right, it's inspire. Excellent. Remember, and I told you that eyes will be on you. This is where you're going to be leading by example. As you can remember with the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords, two mighty energies there. Inspire those around you by being the example. These three key things are going to help you deal with December with ease and grace. It's the most powerful solutions to anything that might come up for you. And this is where even I become astounded as I can see the story completely unfold in these cards. So anyway, thank you so much. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to this channel for Leo monthly readings and hit the icon next to the subscribe button to be the first to know when my next video gets posted. Many blessings to you, my awesome Leos, for the month of December 2018. Remember, this channel is dedicated to you and you alone.